Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to automate data analysis from sales reports with AI. So I'm an owner of a skincare brand and I have created a report in my Google Sheets of the weekly sales in my business. Now, manually analyzing the data of the weekly sales is very time consuming and hectic. So to solve this, I have created an AI agent with the help of Pabbly Connect. How this AI agent works is that as soon as I'm going to add the data of the new weekly sales in my Google Sheets, automatically using all the details, an AI agent is going to generate the summary, okay? And as the summary is going to be generated, automatically that record is going to be created in my Google Sheets again. The value is going to be updated in my spreadsheet. So now, if you want to learn how to create this AI agent for yourself, for your business, then let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to automate data analysis from sales reports with AI. So as an owner of a skincare brand, I keep detailed record of my weekly sales report in my Google Sheets to track important details like month, product name, which week it is, per unit price, units sold, total revenue, okay? I use Google Sheets to organize and store all my sales data in one place. Then I use an AI agent to automatically analyze this data, generate a summary, identify trends. Then the same AI agent is going to automatically add that summary that is generated for that week automatically in my spreadsheet. This helps me to stay on top of the sales performance and saves me time to manual reporting and keep my records always updated with fresh analysis. And I'm going to create this amazing AI agent with the help of Pabbly Connect. So firstly, we need to browse the website of Pabbly Connect, that is www.pabbly.com/connect. Okay, so I'm going to browse this website right over here. As soon as I'm going to browse the website, Pabbly Connect's landing page is going to appear in front of you. Now you have two options, that is sign in or sign up for free. As I'm an existing user, so I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month to try Pabbly Connect, okay? So now as I'm an existing user, so I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right over here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. And in order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as AI Agent to Automate Data Analysis from Sales Reports. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. And for the folder on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account. And from these folders, I'm going to select a specific one in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select AI agents as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created over here in the name of AI Agent to Automate Data Analysis from Sales Reports. And you can see that there are two windows in front of you. One is Trigger, other is Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two principles. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means what is Action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. As in my Google Sheets, I am keeping the record of all my weekly sales report. And I want that as soon as I'm going to add the total revenue of every week, automatically the trigger over here in this workflow should capture the response of that. And that is why over here for my trigger application, I have selected it as Google Sheets. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Now using this unique webhook URL, we are going to build the connection between Pabbly Connect and this spreadsheet that we have created right over here. So firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here and follow the steps given here below in the help desk. Open the spreadsheet that you want to connect to Pabbly Connect. So this is the spreadsheet, and now to connect the spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect, from the panel, go to extensions, go to add-ons and click on this get add-ons button right over here. As I'm going to do that, this dialog box is going to appear in front of you, on which on the search bar you have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. So I'm going to select Pabbly Connect webhooks right over here. You can see that I've already installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, so I'm going to move forward. But if you have not installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, please do install it so that you can build the connection between Pabbly Connect and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect webhooks, okay? As you're going to install Pabbly Connect webhooks, go back and then refresh the spreadsheet from here. As I'm going to refresh the spreadsheet, now go back to extensions and you can see an option Pabbly Connect webhooks. Now from the drop down under it, go to initial setup option right here. After coming to the initial setup box right over here, it is asking for the webhook URL and the trigger column. Firstly, for the webhook URL, paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us, and then it is asking for the trigger column. It says the trigger column will be your final data column, on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. In the spreadsheet that I've created, my trigger column is going to be column F, because as soon as I'm going to add the total revenue of each and every week's sales in this report, automatically the entire row's data should be forwarded towards this webhook URL. That is why for my trigger column, I'm going to select it as column F, okay? After entering the webhook URL and selecting the trigger column, I'm going to click on this submit button right here. As I've done that, it says setup configured successfully, okay? As now we have added the webhook URL over here in the spreadsheet, go back to extensions and Pabbly Connect webhooks. Now the step that I'm going to tell you right now is very important, so please do not forget to follow them, okay? After coming to Pabbly Connect webhooks again, from the drop down, you have to simply click on this option send on event right over here. It is very important to click on send on event, because as soon as you're going to enter the new data in the spreadsheet right over here, automatically the spreadsheet is going to send that data to Pabbly Connect. That is why it is very important to click on send on event. You can see a tick mark is in front of it. That means now this feature is working, okay? So as now we have done that, we have successfully connected the spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect right over here. Now we are going to test this connection. As in this workflow that we have created, is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether Google Sheets is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I am going to do is I am going to add a new data in this spreadsheet, okay? And after doing that, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the data that I've added in my spreadsheet or not, okay? Now I'm going to add the data of the vitamin C serum week 1 right over here. For the units of sold, I'm going to again write it as 10 right over here, and the total over here is going to be 12,500, okay? So this is the total revenue right here. So as soon as I'm going to add this total revenue over here, if I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet and scroll down over here, if I'm going to wait for a few seconds, within few seconds the response of the new data being entered in our spreadsheet is going to be captured over here, okay? So let us tally the response. Week is week 1, you can see right over here. Units sold is 10. This was the number of units sold, you can see right away, that was 10. Over here the total revenue is 12,500. This was the total revenue, you can see right over here. If I'm going to further scroll down, you can see over here the product name is vitamin C serum. You can see this was the product name, that was vitamin C serum. Over here for the per unit price, over here it comes as 1250, which is 1250, you can see right over here. And the month comes over here as March 2025. You can see over here this is the same month, that is March 2025, okay? So as now the response is successfully captured over here in our trigger, this means that Google Sheets is connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now after setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. And here my objective is that as soon as I'm going to enter the total revenue in my spreadsheet, automatically using this entire data, an AI agent should analyze the weekly sales report, okay? Now for doing that, we are going to add an action step, in which for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as OpenAI. An action event over here is going to be ChatGPT, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which I'm going to click on add new connection, but if you want, you can select the existing connection that you've already created before. After clicking on add new connection over here, it is asking for the token. Now using this token, we are going to build the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect, and to generate the token, we are going to click on the hyperlink given here below in the help desk right here. After landing towards the hyperlink, you can see the API keys page of your OpenAI account. And now to generate a token, click on this top right corner button that says create new secret key. After that, this dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the name of the key, project and the permissions. So firstly, for the name of the key over here, I'm going to give it as data analyst. Okay, so this is the key that I want to give. I'm going to write key as well right here, data analyst key. Okay, after that it is asking for the project. For that I'm going to select it as default project right here, and for the permissions I'm going to select it as all. Okay, after entering all the details, I'm going to click on this create secret key button right here. A token is generated. Copy this token from here and paste this token in this token field right here and click on this save button. As I'm going to do that, OpenAI is now connected to Pabbly Connect. Now, as I'm going to connect OpenAI to Pabbly Connect, firstly it is asking for me to select the AI model. For the AI model, I'm going to use GPT-4o mini, but if you want to use any other AI model, you can definitely select that from this drop down right here. Okay. After that, it is asking for the prompt. Prompt is the text with the help of which an AI agent is going to generate the content according to our requirements. In the prompt, I want to specify all the things that I want that has to be generated by this AI agent. In this same prompt, I have to specify and mention all the things that I do not require in the content that this AI agent is also going to generate. So in the prompt, specify each and everything that you want. Okay. So for the prompt, I am going to write it as, so this is the prompt that I've written right over here. I am an owner of a skincare brand and I create the record of my weekly sales in Google Sheets. Please analyze the weekly sales data from my Google Sheets. The data includes the following fields: month, product name, week, price per unit, units sold, and total revenue. Based on the week's data, provide the detailed summary including the total revenue per product, average per price unit, and average units sold per product. Highlight any useful insights and observations about the product performance of the week. For the reference, the average weekly performance is the product name vitamin C serum, average total revenue is 5,000, average unit sold is 4. Product name natural glow face cream, average total revenue 9,000, average unit sold is 6. Please compare the weekly performance with the reference values and suggest whether the products are performing above or below the average. Give all the data in summarized paragraph and just give the required details that I've mentioned and nothing else. So this is the prompt that I've written right over here, in which I've mentioned each and everything that I require and do not require in the data analysis of my weekly report. Now for the data of these fields like the month, product name, week, price per unit, unit sold, and total revenue, what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the data, which is inserting data from the previous step. So I'm going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How it works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous response, and over here in the response we have captured the details of our weekly sales report. Okay, and over here in the prompt I want the month right here. In the response I've received the month, so I'm going to select the data of the month from my previous response. As now selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped, and as I've mapped this data, the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. It is asking for the product name next. For the product name, I'm going to map the data of the product name right here. For the week over here, I'm going to map the data of the week right over here. For the price per unit, I'm going to map the data of the price per unit. For the unit sold, I'm going to map the data of the unit sold right over here. So this is the unit sold, I'm going to map the data. For the total revenue, I'm going to map the data of the total revenue. Okay, so now after filling in all the required details, what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply click on this save and send test request button right over here. Within few seconds, this AI agent has given me the response. In the response, it has given the message content, and this is the data analysis right here. In first week of March 2025, the vitamin C serum generated a total revenue of 12,500 from the sale of 10 units at a price per unit of 1250. Compared to its average weekly performance, which includes an average total revenue of 5,000, average units sold of 4,000, the week sales of the vitamin C serum significantly indeed at average levels, indicating strong performance with 150 increase of revenue, 150 increase increase of units sold. Overall, the vitamin C serum is performing above the average this week. So you can see right over here the data analysis has now been done by my AI agent. Now after the analysis is done, what I'm going to do is I want to again update it in my spreadsheet right over here. I want to update the weekly summary over here in this spreadsheet. Now for doing that, I'm going to add an action step in which for the action application, again I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. An action event over here is going to be update row right here, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which I'm going to add a new connection, but if you want you can select the existing connection that you already have. As now I've clicked on this button, you can see over here it is asking for me to choose an account. In which account have we created the spreadsheet? So I'm going to select the account in which I've created the spreadsheet. After that, it is asking for the permission for the access of this account. For that, I'm going to click on this allow button, as this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow button right here. And as I've done that, you can see I've successfully authorized Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for me to select the spreadsheet. For the spreadsheet, I've created it in the name of weekly sales report. So for the spreadsheet over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as weekly sales report right over here. This is the same spreadsheet. And in the spreadsheet, I have created a single sheet in the name of sheet 1. So what I'm going to do is for the sheet, I'm going to select it as sheet 1 right here. Now after that, it is asking for the row index. We have received the row index in this Google Sheets step. You can see this is the row index. I am going to map the data. After that, do I want to update month, product, name, week or all the other details? No, I just want to update the weekly summary. So I'm going to simply map the data of the summary that was generated by my AI agent. Okay. After adding in all the required details, I'm going to click on this save and send test request button right here. As I've done that, I have received a response, which is a positive response. If I'm going to open my spreadsheet, yes, you can see in the spreadsheet, the record is successfully created of my weekly summary generated by my AI agent. You can see this is the weekly summary right here, okay? So as now the record is created, this means this AI agent is successfully built using Pabbly Connect. But now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the data of another unit sold and the revenue in the spreadsheet. And after doing that, I'm going to check whether automatically the weekly summary has been added in the spreadsheet or not. Okay. So over here, I'm going to select the natural glow face cream right over here. For the unit sold, let's suppose I'm going to select as 20 right over here. And the total revenue over here is going to be 30,000. Okay, so I've added the details of the unit sold and the total revenue of natural glow face toner for the week 2 for the month of March 2025 right over here. Now I'm going to wait for a few seconds for this AI agent to process, and then I'm going to check whether automatically the weekly summary has been updated in the spreadsheet or not. And yes, within few seconds, you can see right over here, the data has automatically been updated in the spreadsheet. For the week of March 2025, the sales performance of the Natural Glow Face Cream shows the total revenue of 30,000 from 20 units sold at per price of 1,500. The comparison of average weekly performance of the product were the total revenue is 9,000 and units sold is 6. The week sales significantly surpassed both averages. The total revenue is over 3 times of the average and the units sold are more than 3 times higher than the average, indicating the excellent performance of Natural Glow Face Cream this week. Okay, you can see automatically the spreadsheet has been updated by my weekly summary right over here. So as this weekly summary has been updated, this means now this AI agent is successfully working. So now to sum up till now what we have done, the trigger is Google Sheets new or updated spreadsheet row. As soon as I'm going to add the weekly sales report data of a week in my spreadsheet, automatically the trigger is going to capture the response of that. As the trigger is going to capture the response of that, using the details, an AI agent is going to generate the data analysis of the weekly sales. Okay, and as it is going to generate the summary of the data analysis, automatically it has been updated in my spreadsheet using this action step, Google Sheets update row, where the data analysis of the per week of every sales of a product has been automatically updated. And this is how I've created this AI agent to automate data analysis from the sales report. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.